Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So Social Security beneficiaries are looking to be receiving an increase of anywhere between $300 to $600, possibly less, possibly even more. We're going to be going over the details for everyone receiving Social Security retirement, SSI and SSDI. So we're going to be going over those numbers and really just breaking them down in this video of how much of an increase you can expect to receive. Also, we're going to be going over a new idea that's being pushed by some lawmakers to keep these Social Security programs solvent for a longer period of time. So we have seen recent reports from the Social Security trustees and also the Congressional Budget Office that the program is unfortunately going to be going insolvent within the next 10 years. So we're going to be going over this new idea, and I would really like to hear what your thoughts are on this idea, if you support it, if you're against it, and things like that. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Okay, so as I just mentioned a second ago, of course, the Social Security Trust Fund is looking to be insolvent within the next 10 years, which means that if we don't do anything about it, unfortunately, everyone receiving Social Security benefits at that point in time are going to be receiving a benefit cut of right around 20 to 25%, which is something that we definitely cannot afford to have happen. This is something, benefits that are being paid out right now aren't nearly enough, so we definitely need to do something to fix the situation. Now, one of the ideas being thrown around right now is actually to implement a new type of means testing program. So right now, Social Security already does implement some form of means testing. So if you earn, a lot of money during your working career, you're going to be receiving less than what you would have been, I guess, if you were receiving, less money during your working career. There are sort of cutoffs where the more money that you make, the less gradual your benefit actually becomes. But some lawmakers are actually pushing for this to become more aggressive. So, for example, maybe if you're still working at the time you're eligible for receiving Social Security benefits and you're earning, let's say, like $150,000 per year, perhaps instead of receiving a benefit of, say, like $4,000 or whatever you would be eligible for, instead, maybe you wouldn't receive any type of benefit at all, or maybe you would receive just half of that benefit, just like $2,000 per month, because they're saying that someone who, is making a good income in their retirement years, maybe making like $100,000 or more during their retirement years, perhaps how much do they really need their Social Security income? So this is just one idea that's really being thrown around, and we're going to dive into this just a little bit. So according to Social Security intelligence run by Devin Carroll, he says, why means testing Social Security may be the most obvious fix. So although a means test has been suggested before, I haven't seen the research on the impact of such a change. One of my big questions about this is, where would the earnings limit be set under the solution? Ultimately, there is an earnings amount where cutting benefits to individuals above the line would completely fix the system. Is that number $15,000 in income? $25,000? Who knows? And then they go on to say that on the campaign trail in 2015, now President, of course, ex-President now Donald Trump said, quote, I would be willing to say I will not get Social Security, but the fact is that there are people that truly don't need it, and there are many people that do need it very, very badly. Now, think what you want about Trump, whether you love him, whether you hate him. I think, that statement really could resonate with a lot of people, because of the fact of the matter is, someone who is very wealthy, let's think like Warren Buffett or, Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, or really any professional athlete, someone who has, millions of dollars stashed up in their bank account, how much do they really need to earn a Social Security check of, say, $4,000 plus per month? It really just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, the article goes on to say that in the same campaign season, then Governor Chris Christie said, quote, we need to save this program for people who have paid into the system and need it. This government doesn't need more money to make Social Security solvent. We need to be not paying benefits to people who don't really need it. And again, myself personally, at least, I completely agree with, both Chris Christie and Donald Trump. People who don't really need Social Security benefits really probably shouldn't receive it, even if they did pay it in the system and, they earned the benefit. how much do they really need it? If they have billions of dollars stashed away, do they really need Social Security? I mean, it was originally designed to be a safety net program to, be kind of like an anti-poverty program. So we lift people in their older age and retirement ages out of poverty. These people, they don't want to work anymore. Maybe they can't work because, at that age, it's very difficult. When you've been working your, entire life, it's very difficult to continue working and be earning an income. So Social Security was originally designed to be a safety net program, not originally designed to be going to people who already have millions of dollars stashed away in their account and are still making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year. And just another example here from the Motley Fool. Here's how big Joe Biden's Social Security check is to the dollar. So they mentioned here that President Biden's monthly Social Security check in 2022 was 77% bigger than the average retired worker payout as of May 2023. And it shows here that on page 1 of the couple's Form 1040, line 6A shows the Bidens received $58,465 in Social Security benefits, or approximately $4,872 each month. So between Joe Biden and his wife, Jill Biden, they earn $4,872. This was back in 2022 in Social Security benefits. This year, obviously, it would be over $5,000 with the 8.7% cost of living adjustment. But does a president or an ex-president who, is, in Biden's case, he's making $400,000 per year from being the president. Obviously, he's making even more money from his book deals. I'm sure well over $1 million per year. Whether you like Biden, whether you hate him, does someone who earns $400,000 per year plus all the benefits that he's receiving, does he really need an extra $5,000 plus per month from the Social Security Administration? I mean, sure, he paid into the system. He obviously deserves the money because he paid in all his, working life in the government. But does he really, need an extra $5,000 per month? You tell me. And of course, we can look at this chart here, how much a president makes during and after office. So not only is Biden making $400,000 in office, but once he leaves office, he's going to continue earning money and even more money. So we can see right here that Jimmy Carter made $200,000 in office, and then he's receiving $437,000 per year after his term. Bill Clinton has received over $1 million in 2018. Barack Obama is, also receiving over $1 million in 2018. And George Bush also receiving over $1 billion in 2018. And we can see the breakdown here that Obama is receiving $251,000 for his pension. For his staff, he's allocated $220,000. He received $603,000 for office-based communications, utilities, and miscellaneous expenses. And Trump, pretty much the same there. So again, these presidents are, very, very wealthy. They're doing very well for themselves. So they really need to collect Social Security. And the same can be said for other people, whether they're doing very well for themselves. Again, Social Security is supposed to be a safety net program. Probably shouldn't be going towards people who have millions of dollars stashed away in their bank accounts. But hey, let me know what you think about that idea. Should we have more means testing for Social Security? Or perhaps people who are doing very well in their lives should either receive a drastically reduced benefit or perhaps no benefit at all. And again, this would help the program because less benefits would be going out. And then of course, we could keep the program solvent for a longer period of time. And hey, maybe we could even increase benefits if we were able to reduce benefits for people who really don't need them at all. Now, as far as guaranteed increases go, it looks like there is going to be a guaranteed increase for all Social Security beneficiaries, whether you're receiving retirement benefits, whether you're receiving SSI, or whether you're receiving SSDI. Now, according to the Senior Citizens League and their latest projection, they are projecting that the increase is going to be right around 2.7% for the cost of living adjustment in 2024. Now, we're just going to real quickly break down these numbers for retirees, for SSI, and for SSDI. So you can see this very elaborate spreadsheet that I have up on the screen here for retirees, for SSDI and SSI. So we can see that the average benefit for retirees this year in 2023 is $1,827. With a 2.7% COLA, that benefit would be boosted up to $1,876 on average, which would be a $49 monthly increase, or over a year, it would be right around $591. Of course, this could be more or less. For those receiving SSDI this year on average, that payment is going to be right around $1,483. Could be less, could be more, depending on the person So after a 2.7% COLA in 2024, that benefit on average would be boosted up to $1,523. That would be a monthly increase of $40 or an annual increase of $480. Now, as far as SSI beneficiaries go, this year, the average payout is $914 for single individuals. Once again, that is the maximum payment. So most people are going to be receiving a good bit less than that amount. With a 2.7% COLA, if that ends up being the case, the 2024 max benefit would be boosted up to $938. That would be a $24 monthly increase, and over 1 year, that would be a $288 increase. Now, the way they're going to figure this data, how much the COLA is going to be, is they're going to take the inflation data from a metric called the CPIW. They're going to use the months of July, August, and September of this year, and they're going to compare that to the CPIW data from last year's months of July, August, and September. Now, these are actually going to be lagging, so we're not going to know the July data this month. This month coming up, we're actually going to know the June's data. Next month in August, we're going to know July. So next month is really going to be the key month to look out for, because that's going to be the first month of the 3-month averages that they're going to be using. And then October 12th, that is going to give us the final month. So on October 12th, we're going to note the months of July, August, and September, and we're going to be able to compare that data to July, August, and September of last year. So October 12th is when we're going to know exactly how big of an increase Social Security beneficiaries are going to be receiving, whether you're receiving retirement benefits, SSI, or SSDI benefits. Of course, there are going to be some things that actually end up getting deducted from your check, like Medicare premiums, stuff like that. But all in all, we're going to have a pretty good idea of how much the increase is going to be. But that's all the figures that we have for today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.